Destiny. You got excuse my babies in here. Look, this is one of my babies. And now they all appear. But today, sisters, queens, beautiful ladies, listen to Dr. Destiny. Today, this is just a very quick topic here I want to discuss about. Because, we talk about self care, which self care is very, very important to us. And we got to learn how to value who we are. We got to value ourselves. But, I'm thinking, and I do a lot of thinking though. Um, your self care is connected with how you feel about yourself. I mean, how you feel about yourself. I mean, it's connected with your inner child. Now, if you know anything about inner child healing or inner child connection, well, today you may learn a little something. But I'm just going to throw some brief things out here right quick. And I just want to get your feedback in the comment section. Is this something that, you want to really talk about or hear more information about this topic? Then we can make another live screen where we all can connect together and we can talk about it and just share your comments there in the comment section. But how do the inner child? It affects our self-care. Well, let me tell you some quick things here, and I'm gonna be out of here. Let me first tell you that your inner child, that inner child I'm talking about, and it could be whether you're a male, whether you're a female, we all have our inner child within ourselves. And I'm talking to my sisters and my queens out there, my beautiful ladies. So, sisters and queens and ladies, you do have an inner child in you. We all have that inner child. It's a part of our subconsciousness that has been picking up these messages way before that we were able to fully process what was really going on mentally and emotionally in our lives. We have a lot of things sometimes that emotions that will arise or feelings that will come out of no place. And you're like, where did that come from? And why am I so emotional? Why am I like pulling back? I don't want to address that topic or that specific thing that's going on at the moment because the inner child within you has not been healed in those areas, has not been healed in those places. And until that inner child can really make that connection with you and be healed, then you're going to have trauma, you're going to have mishaps, you're going to have things that's come back into your life that's going to upset you into certain ways that you are shut down or withdraw from those situations because it's painful to go there to those memories, to those old past hurts, to those old traumas and things into that kind of situation. So, if we don't make connection with our inner child, if we don't do inner child healing, and then we are trying to move forward into our lives where we are today, then we're going to have situations that's going to reoccur to bring back those memories and those past hurts. So, that's going to affect the self care, our very own self care. The inner child, let me tell you, it holds your emotions and your memories and beliefs from the past, as well as it holds your hopes and your dreams for the future. So you want to know why I'm not valuing myself the way I should? Why do I don't see the importance in my life? Why am I always seem like falling down and it seem like I just don't have the energy or the desire to pick myself up? You got to care for yourself. You got to pamper yourself. You got to love yourself. But you have to also go back and make connection with your inner child. It's sent to that inner child. It is the forgiving. It's that free spirit part of us that still feels and it still experiences life as a child. So we have to be gentle. We have to be loving. And one thing that we have to do with the inner child, we have to reparent. Reparent is mean like that child it missed some things within his life growing up, and the parent most likely have been dealing with trauma, emotions, hurts, and pains. And so, a lot of times, that child missed all of that. So now we have to become the parent of the inner child, our own personal inner child. We have to reparent that child. So first, before we can get to that place, we got to heal those emotions. We got to heal those hurts. We got to heal those things that takes us back to withdrawal, takes us into a state of depression. Those things has to be healed. So we can make the inner child connection. And that a lot of times, I'm telling you, it's going to take inner child work, inner child healing, going to a inner child therapist, or join a group where you can be able to go in with people so they can make that inner child work, so you and that child can reconnect to that past so you can move on forward in your present life. That way, then you will see yourself in a much larger state, a much more important state, because now you see the value in your life. You see the self worth in you. You see the beauty in you. You see that you are so much valuable to yourself. So that makes you want to take care of yourself. You want to love yourself and do those things that you felt that you didn't get fulfilled in your life growing up. Now, let me say this, and I'm going to get out of here quickly, my beautiful people. But why is the inner child, and why is it so important to connect with our inner child? I'm going to read this notes here. It's so important to connect with your real child because it's going to reveal who you really are. It's going to reveal you and what you were created to be by God, your divine higher power. It's going to create, it's going to show you. He created you in his likeness and his image, and he put such a huge value on your life. So, by connecting with our inner child, then we gain access to new information that we have shut down on, information we have denied, information we didn't want to talk about, and all those things we have shut down. But we make the connection to our inner child, it helps us to see the value and the purpose why we are so important, why our lives really matter, why our self care is important to take care of ourselves. And we always want to shut down, act like we're the big bad ones, that we got all the power and all this. But just say boo, we jump and we fall back into that place of hurt, of rejection, that place of denial, that place of feeling like, that you were never important. But by connecting with our inner child, we gain that new information that we have missed those beats during our beginning of our childhood up to where the place we are now. And they also, by connecting with our inner child, when we do gain that new information about our unhealed wounds, we're going to gain more also about what our needs are and what the needs that we have so long wanted and waited for as a child, and we just didn't get it because we did not know about the inner child that needed to be healed inside. The inner child represents our capacity for innocence. We are so innocent because we're so vulnerable. We're such a child. We play fair. We play the games like a child would play until we got older and all that other stuff came in. And it started putting the labels on us. It started telling us what we couldn't and what we shouldn't. And it held us back into that place where now we begin to having all these limiting beliefs where we limited at, certain things because those are our feelings and our emotions. But the inner child loves to play. That's what the inner child does. And a lot of times we forgot how to play as we got into our adulthood. But it also holds our accumulated childhood trauma. So this is some of the things that we may want to get into later and talk more in detail about how our inner child needs healing, how our inner child needs that inner child work with the inner child therapist, so we can make connection, because we don't make connection with our inner child and heal those wounds. And every time when those memories, those horrible memories will come up, or something comes to remind us, or a conversation will come up, and all of a sudden we find ourselves like a deer in the headlights, and we're like, oh, and then we pull back, and then we stop taking care of ourselves. We fall in a place of depression, we fall in a place of guilt, shame, and we have nothing to be guilty of, feeling shame about. This is something in our lives that we just fell into, and that no one helped us to be able to grow and helped us understand what healing of the inner child was, or how significant it was, and how it will affect your self care if we do not deal with it on a level where we are today. So, my people, I am just going to give those few things to you. And I'm saying we have to heal that inner child, because the inner child within us is suffering. And the inner child does not understand a lot of things, because a lot of times your inner child, it has, is found in a place where they push to grow up quicker. They got to grow up and become an adult. They got to grow up and take care of things when they're still a child. Understanding that, hey, I'm a child. What knowledge or information did I have to be able to do all these things? It's hard. It's hard. So let's talk about this more. Let's talk about the inner child healing. And I'm telling you, you're going to really, truly get to understand more about this. But I'm going to stop here because I want to be able to come back and talk to you more about the inner child work. There's the inner child healing, the inner child therapy, and self parenting that inner child, which now you're the adult and you have to go back and you have to forgive yourself. You have to forgive the inner child, let the inner child know, hey, I'm here now. I'm not running no place. I'm not leaving you again. So you two can make the connection. So that brings you back into the present moment, to the present state where you are now. And then you can be able to value yourself because you're breaking barriers, you're breaking chains that held you back to feel that your self-worth was not worthy enough. Your self-value is not worthy enough. So let's talk about it later, another time, okay? This is Dr. Destiny. I hear I'm on this sisters, igniting sisters, and on behalf of Ivory Smith and Marissa Mack. I just popped on right quick just to say this, and I'm gonna talk to you guys at the next video. And please forgive the lighting because I don't know, I'm in a bad place here. It seemed like for filming, but I just kept going anyway. Let's talk about it. What do you know about your inner child? Have you yet, if you do know about your inner child, have you reached out to make connection with your inner child? Have you allow a therapist or a childhood therapist, a childhood worker to be able to help you to make that connection, to heal those wounds? Have you had therapy or inner child play or any of those things that help you to come back to your reality from the past to the present moment? So now you can deal with yourself as an adult. So now you can be able to see how important your life is. So you can be able to embrace the beauty of yourself and your self-worth and your self-worth and your self-value. And you love yourself more than anything from places that you thought you could never love yourself. I'm going. We will come back and talk about this at another time. Just remember, self-care is important and it's not a selfish thing. And a lot of times we miss beats on ourselves of caring about ourselves or valuing ourselves because we still hasn't gone to that place where we have made connection with the inner child. And we got to really make that connection before we can really move on to heal those wounds and those traumas. Bye, beautiful people. Talk to you later. Thank you, Destiny. Thank you, Marissa and Ivory, and I appreciate you, ladies and you queens, you beautiful, beautiful souls. And I'm gonna talk to you all another time, my beautiful people out there that's watching. Bye.